What's good, y'all? This is your boy Tony Sway. It's been a minute, you know what I'm saying, since I chopped it up with everybody. And I want to talk about something that's very important to me, something that I've been thinking about that a lot of people deal with on a regular basis. And basically it's just people struggle with fear, the fear of doing certain things. And a lot of time that fear is there, but it's not realistic. Sometimes we all over exaggerate how things are, and we think things are going to be worse than they are, and literally that fear will hold you back from doing things that you want to do. You know, a great example is people who, you know, maybe somebody wants to start a YouTube channel like me or something like that, and you keep putting it off because you're scared that people are not going to like your videos, or you're scared of the negative backlash, or you're scared of just failing at it. Like you're thinking maybe you'll get no traffic or no hits, and I mean, those are all legit reasons not to do it. But at the same time, you got to think, are you cheating yourself just because you're scared of what could happen? And a lot of people struggle with this, you know. So, and you got to put things in perspective. Most of the time your fears have a slightly unrealistic side. Like usually it's all the way to the negative, and that's usually what keeps people from not even making a move at all. It's because they're thinking so much about the negative side effect of what they're about to do. So I mean, it applies to everything, but I'm just using somebody who starts a YouTube channel and wants to maybe make a career out of it as an example. But it could be anything really that you want to do. But all the fears that person might have of trying to start this are literally holding them back from actually taking any action towards it. And that becomes very dangerous, because a lot of your fear is actually delusional. Some of it comes from a real place. But you know, obviously we see the hate that people get on their videos and YouTube. You see the jacked up trolling comments that roll out on all kinds of stuff. It happens to everybody, you know, even the people that you really look up to, your favorite artists, your favorite YouTubers, all get people saying messed up things or thumbs downing the video. I mean, that's kind of like, you can't really escape that really. It's, you know, it's inevitable, but why should that be? Why should silly things like that be a reason for you not to share your gift with people? You just gotta put it in perspective. Like, that's not the worst that could happen. But sometimes people's fear is so strong that they're just thinking of every bad thing possible that could happen if for them trying something. Like, they want to try something, but they're thinking of every negative thing possible. And sometimes the fear is so strong that it becomes delusional, where people might think, oh, this could happen, this could happen, this could happen, and it gets to a point where it's just becoming even delusional, and that's why they're not making any moves. Growing up in my life, you know, I've encountered several friends and several people in my life that's really all that's held them back, is their fear of what if something really bad happens when I try this. I'm scared of people judging me. I'm scared of my family judging me. You know, they have so much fear over those things, and that fear like basically isolates them to the point where they make no moves at all. And you know, fear and procrastination. I made a video about procrastination before. You know, it's two different things. Some people procrastinate, but procrastination doesn't necessarily mean that you'll never ever do something. You're just holding off on doing it. Fear will literally keep people from doing anything at all. And so I definitely say fear is the absolute worst, because the fears that a person may have are so strong that they just make no moves at all. They're like frozen, you know. And pretty much if it's something that they're really passionate about, I mean, I know people that are really passionate about certain things, whether it be music or being a parent or just anything positive in life. Like, they're very passionate about it, and they still haven't made any steps or moves towards those goals. It's not because they don't want it. It's really, when I talk to people like that, I find out that they're just really scared of what the outcome might be, and sometimes that fear is so strong, and they have this terrible outlook about what is gonna happen. What if this happens when I do that? And it's so strong that it keeps them from making moves. And these are people that are passionate too. It's just the fear that's of judgment and certain things like that that's holding them back. So I make this video today to you guys to ask you, is fear holding you back from doing certain things? You know, I'd say some fear is good. Obviously there's obvious realistic things, like you shouldn't jump off a cliff, do something stupid, you know what I mean? Like, of course you should fear jumping off a cliff that falls down 20,000 feet, because yeah, most people, it doesn't turn out too well for most people. But I'm talking about just everyday things, or things that you really want to do, that you're very passionate about, but you find yourself not doing it because of fear. Maybe you want to travel, maybe you want to fly on a plane, and maybe you haven't flown because you're scared of planes. There's so many different things that it could be, but I'm here to say that's all I'm here to say to you guys today is fear holding you back from what you want to do in your life? And you really ask yourself that question, be honest. And if it is, it's time to get realistic with yourself. You know, maybe find somebody good to talk to, or if you don't have anybody to talk to, you can watch my videos, or you know, other YouTube videos that talk about these kind of subjects, and just ask yourself, is that what's holding you back? And if it is, basically, you know, ask yourself, how realistic are those fears? How realistic are those fears? Are you over exaggerating? Or, you know, ask yourself honestly, and maybe tell somebody else that's level-headed and ask them their opinion. Is your fear so legit that you should do something, or are you just being a chicken pretty much, you know? And just call it like it is. Are you being chicken about stuff? And you know, it is what it is, you know. That's not to put down anybody, but we all have those moments where it's just like, it could be maybe you want to make new friends, or maybe there's a girl, or maybe there's a guy, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like in my case, when I met my girlfriend, obviously, you know, you have to be the one. Usually, you know, it's different for everybody, but I'm the first person that reached out and made, you know, I took the initiative to reach out, and that led to all this amazing relationship and stuff like that. But if I would have been scared to make a move or set something up, I would have never experienced all this happiness, right? And you got to think, what's on the other side of fear? I mean, Will Smith made some stuff on Instagram recently about fear, but I'm just going from more of a perspective of, you know, is there things that you know that you want to do that are, and the only reason you're not doing them is because you're so scared, you're so fearful. But I can share you plenty of examples of success in my life because I went ahead and did something. One of those is obviously, like I just shared with you guys, initiating contact with my now girlfriend, you know what I mean? Obviously that changed my life. Picking up my first musical instrument. I don't have my the first keyboard I ever got was when I was about 13 years old. I don't have it anymore. But, you know, if I would have been, you know, there was fear behind that. I was scared that I wouldn't know how to ever learn how to play the instrument. I was intimidated by other people that played the piano, and I was like, wow, you know, that's intimidating. And there's a little fear behind picking up that instrument, because you wonder if it's going to be a waste of your time. But I went through and got it, and that's where I'm at now. That's why I'm producing songs, writing songs, and producing for other people. But if I would have let that fear hold me back, I would have never became Tony Sway. I never would have became a piano player, producer, you know. So don't let fear hold you back, guys. Really, really think about it and really analyze what you are not doing. If you're not doing those things that you want to do, really analyze it. Is it because you're really scared? And try to boil down, are those fears that realistic? Take a real look at it. realistically, if you can, if you're level-headed, and just say, am I over-exaggerating the fears on this? Yeah, there's some risk involved, but maybe I can do this. You know, just ask yourself that question. And continue to watch the videos. I appreciate all the love and support. I got some more music coming for you guys. I'm dropping another instrumental album on iTunes and Spotify for people who are just fans of the beats but are not artists, who just want to listen to it for their own listening pleasure. So that instrumental album will be called Sexy Vibes. I think I'm going to drop it around Valentine's Day, and then you know, go check out the latest projects that I also put out as well. I got Instrumental Love, which has like loads of some of my latest beats over the last couple years, and I got the Sway Valentino album. If you haven't checked that out, obviously that came out, I think I put it out in 2015, and I dropped a little mixtape on iTunes called Infatuation. Go check that out if you haven't already. Appreciate all the support. God bless. I love y'all. Peace.